Hey everybody, so it is officially 48 days on testosterone. So I just wanted to kind of give a little update on my voice. I still need to kind of work on speaking with like the bottom of my throat instead of the top of my throat, because that'll kind of help. I feel like my voice has gotten deeper if I really tried to make it deeper, if that makes sense. So I just kind of wanted to update. I think not much has changed. I have noticed some more facial hair. I've got like a couple chin hairs that are like getting a little longer. I'm actually considering like shaving my whole face, because I do have like, you can't see them because they're like super blonde. Let me see. My face is also breaking out, so that doesn't help. But let me see if you can see anything. Probably not. It's the lighting in here. My face. You can kind of see it over there a little bit. All the little fuzzies. But yeah, so I'm debating on shaving all of it because some of them are like really long and then some of my hairs are kind of shorter. So I'm debating shaving it all so it'll grow out all the same length, hopefully, to maybe even it out. My neck is, for some reason it grows more there. Like I've shaved it a couple times on my neck and it does grow back pretty fast on my neck there. But it does, I don't know if it's from me shaving it or if it's from the hair growing there and like the oiliness, but my neck has been breaking out pretty bad. It's kind of dying down now, but I don't know if that's hormones or what. I don't know. So sorry, this is kind of a long video, but the next thing I wanted to talk about was my testosterone injections and my prescriptions and the issues I'm having with it at the moment. Whenever I started, I talked to my doctor. I go to this doctor called Queer Med in Decatur, Georgia, and they were awesome. I just kind of went in, let them know. I've talked to a therapist and everything. They didn't require a letter or anything. That may not be the case for everyone, depending on your age, etc. But I had an awesome doctor. She's been amazing since I started so far. I have another follow-up on December 11th. So I'll have to go get my labs done for that and everything. But anyways, I was talking to her and I work for Publix. So I wanted to do my prescription there because I do have a discount card. So I thought that I would be getting it cheaper if I went there. But my doctor was kind of like, I don't know if you want to go to Publix. They're kind of weird about testosterone and yada, yada, yada. So she told me she was giving me a 3-month prescription. So that way I'd have enough by the time I came back for the next appointment. So she was kind of telling me like, look, they're probably not going to give you one vial for 3 months worth. They're going to give you a bunch of little ones. So just take those, it'll be fine, yada yada. So I go there and they basically tell me that they can't give me my whole prescription at once. They can only give me one vial at a time, which is a 1 milliliter vial. So it looks like this. This one's an empty one. And it's tiny, okay? When you're trying to stick, I don't know if this is normal, because I don't know, I haven't gone to any other pharmacy, but when you're trying to stick the syringe tip to draw the testosterone into it, it's kind of difficult. Sorry, somebody's calling me. It's kind of difficult because this is so small. So it's hard not to get air in there and all that, but I kind of got used to that. So the issue I'm having is my doctor told me to get 18 gauge, 1 inch or 1.5 inch to draw with, which would be this one. Okay. Then I am doing the subcutaneous. Let me see. I can't remember if that's the subcutaneous. There you go. That's the word. Subcutaneous method. So it's still a testosterone injection. However, instead of injecting it with the huge ass needle, it's just this little tiny one here, which is the 25 gauge, and it is a 5/8 inch. You probably can't even see it because my phone's not focusing. Let's see. Can you see it? No. Well, just know it's small compared to this is like a 1 inch needle. So it is very, very much smaller. Yeah, my camera sucks. But anyways, it's smaller. So I was kind of afraid when I started my testosterone that, you know, I have a fear of needles. So I went with this method because I felt more comfortable giving it to myself, which I didn't do at first, but I felt more comfortable using this method than the huge needle that has to go all the way in my leg. And, you know, I know I'm supposed to be a man, you know, take it, but I went with the easier route that would be less painful for myself. And the good thing about the subcutaneous method is you can also inject it in your stomach. You can even inject it in the back of your arm as well, if you have enough like tissue there. But I feel like my arms are not like fatty enough for that, so I haven't done it in my arms. But I have done it in my legs. I've done it in my stomach, and it's actually pretty painless. You can barely even feel it. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. But the pharmacy never, this is still not the correct thing that my doctor put on my prescription, by the way. The needle on the top part is, but the syringe here is 3 milliliters. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Anyways, 3 ml. Okay. And it's supposed to be a 1 milliliter syringe. So, which if you've seen one of those, it's a heck of a lot smaller, skinnier, you know, wise. And the issue I'm running into is that I'm running out of testosterone too fast, even though I am doing a 0.25 dose. So when I look at this, I see the 1, right? Which is right here. Oh, it's on the other side. The 1. Well, there is a half. So I go between the half mark and the top. So that, to me, would be the 0.25. So I told the pharmacist this. I'm like, look, this is what I'm doing. This is the correct amount. Am I right? And he was like, yeah, that's the right amount. But he still tried to accuse me of taking too much medicine, that I shouldn't be running out if I'm doing that amount. So he basically tried to say that I'm doing too much testosterone, and that's why I'm running out. But I tried to sit there and tell him, no, I'm showing you what I'm doing, so why am I having this issue? So then he tried to be all smart and say, oh, well, we'll try a different needle or whatever, like syringe. So he gives me another vial, that little tiny vial, early, because I ran out on my 3rd week, and I was like barely at my amount for the 3rd one. So I was a whole shot short. He refilled my prescription, and I got another vial. Well, whenever I tried to use the needle he gave me, it's a retractable needle. And he told me, I tried. Okay, guys, I tried. Instead of using the 18 gauge needle to draw it, because testosterone is very thick, instead of using that, he wanted me to use a needle which was smaller than the 25 gauge 5/8, which I didn't know about that either. I'm like, is this even going to go deep enough? He told me to draw it with that needle so I don't have to change it out, because he was thinking maybe I'm losing too much from changing from one needle tip to the next needle tip. So he told me to draw with that needle and inject with that needle. And it was a retractable one. So I'm sitting here trying to draw from that little tiny vial with a retractable needle with testosterone. And it's literally like dripping. One drop at a time in there. And I'm trying to not get any air bubbles in the syringe. And as I'm pushing back up to get some air out, the whole needle retracts. And at this point in time, I was at Pride. Or I was about to go to Pride. So I'm trying to do my injection before I go to Pride. I was ready to go. Well, this shit happens. Screws up my whole morning. I had to go to the pharmacy to get another needle and retry it again. But when it retracted, there was still some testosterone in there. So I lost some testosterone because of the needle he tried to give me to do. And then I went and was a different pharmacist. So she was like, it was just bad, okay? She tried to accuse me of putting it in my stomach when I wasn't supposed to because she just didn't know what she was talking about. She's the one that gave me these needles, which are 1-inch needles. They are still the 25 gauge, so that's correct, but not the length. The length is not correct. So I was trying to explain to her, look, this is not the right needle. You're not getting it. I don't know why, but they just were not, like I was telling them, this is what I need, and they weren't like understanding the concept. I don't know. And I think it's just because she wasn't educated, or he wasn't educated on the subcutaneous method of injecting testosterone. So they were trying to give me the normal stuff that people use for testosterone. So I don't know if anyone else has ran into these issues, but it's been a problem. So I finally ended up getting the correct needles. My doctor also told me I can order them on Amazon, so I'm going to do that as soon as I get the money, just so I don't have to deal with these people. But I'm also going to try to switch my pharmacy over because I thought I had enough for this shot last Saturday, and I ended up only being able to give myself half a dose because I didn't have enough left in the vial. So I was pretty mad about that, and I don't want to go back to Publix because I feel like they're going to try to accuse me of taking too much when honestly it's their fault for not giving me the correct needles and trying to give me a retractable one and me losing medication there from trying to use that with his advice, and it was just crazy. So I'm just going to try to switch to a different pharmacy, maybe a Walmart or something, and I found out that it's actually not even cheaper with my discount. It was a whole thing with Publix too. I had to wait a couple days to get it approved. So for them to even give me the discount for that, for testosterone. So I ended up using the GoodRx app, and it was cheaper at Walmart than Publix, even with the GoodRx app. So I'm going to end up going there, I believe, to get my testosterone now. So yeah, that was my rant about how Publix sucks at trying to give you testosterone, and they're not very trans friendly or trans educated on methods that people use and stuff like that, which my doctor did tell me that it's not an FDA regulated method, but it is a trans approved method with the subcutaneous injections, and it has been proven to work, which it's worked for me. So yeah. But anyways, this is my little update. My leg hair is getting a little thicker. It's kind of starting to move. For some reason, it was just on one side, like my shin side, not the calf side. The shin part was getting more dark hair, and then the other side was still kind of like my blonde, can't barely see it hair. That's my one fear, is that I am going to grow a little beard, but it's going to be blonde, because my arm hair, can't even see that crap. It's blonde as heck. My head hair is not blonde. This is my natural hair color, so why? Why is it blonde? But I guess we'll see. So I may shave. I'm not sure yet. Just to try to even it out. But yeah, that's all I got for now.